been here for 5 nights and it feels like we've been here forever because there's so much to see each day. We can't stop, our brain's overloaded. There's so much to do, there's so much to see, and it's beauty, it's just beautiful. Where else can I experience crystal clear water, beautiful mountains? We have water buffalo in Australia, but they're very wild. It's so nice to come here and see them so peaceful. And I think the environment that they're in, which is very peaceful and beautiful, makes them that way. It's a special place. You feel relaxed, you feel like nature's wrapping her arms around you. It's beautiful.
Hello, you're watching Chang Vietnam on VTC10 Net Viet. I'm Van Hiệp speaking from Hà Tĩnh province in the central part of Vietnam. And different from the previous programs, today the guests of our program are not the expert, not the researchers or the high-profile people from such organizations in Vietnam or around the world, but that is a very simple person, but interesting stories. And the guest of our program today is a farmer from Australia. And may I introduce to you the guest that I'm talking about, Miss Julie Chawards. So hello Julie, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's okay, thank you.
So Julie, first of all, can you tell us about what brought you to Vietnam this time?
Initially we wanted to just have a holiday with some friends, and one of our customers that comes to our organic market overheard us mentioning Vietnam, and he explained to us about Sperry and HEPA and the work that they were doing here, and that goes along with a lot of our philosophy, and we're organic farmers from Australia, so we thought we could come here and help out.
So this time coming to Vietnam, something's very different from your country. So do you find anything special and interesting about the life here in Vietnam?
They have such a respect for nature and the forest, and they're not poisoning the land that they're using, they're enhancing it, and they're learning incredible skills to take back which will benefit all of their communities. And it just, you don't get a chance at pristine like this because there's so little places in the world that are like this. Yeah. It's a real shame.
So a farmer from Australia coming to a farming environment here in Vietnam. So is it a different environment, and how has your life been so far?
From organic farming, it's not so different because we all try to use the permaculture principles. So we all have swales, we all intercrop. The varieties definitely are different, and some of them, we can see the varieties here the same as ours, but there's a lot of different varieties. And the same from our country. We grow a lot of other vegetables and fruit that you don't have here, so we've actually brought a suitcase full of seeds over to hopefully encourage greater diversity here with the farmers. So, yeah.
So initially, your visit to Vietnam is initially a visit for tourism, and now you stay here for a long time. So what is your expectation through this trip in Vietnam?
I think the expectations have actually exceeded everything I thought. We lay up here in a room that's more than a couple of hundred years old, and our history in Australia, of white Australia, is only just over 200 years old, and we have nothing to compare. So it's a real honour to be here, and as much as the students are we're getting very good feedback from the students, also they are teaching us. So it's definitely a wonderful involvement that I'd be happy to repeat and repeat and repeat, because it is really great. Yeah.
So this time coming to HEPA, can you tell us what you have done for the past few days?
Planted bananas, in one of the contour mounds to surround a paddock for one of the farmers up here. Then with VU, we planted bean seeds, we planted green vegetable, leafy greens, and we planted nitrogen fixing trees that will then be put back into the earth to give nitrogen to the next layer. And we've had a couple of big information sessions about our farm, our practices within our farm, and also the organic market.
In the middle of sunny summer afternoon in Hương Sơn, Hà Tĩnh, an Australian woman is still excited to walk up the hills and join the students, staff of the Farmers Field School, and prepare tools for planting trees. Gardening tools in Vietnam, such as hoes and stickers, are often small and thin. On the contrary, the hoes in Australia is often large and square. With these new tools, today Julie will join these people to plant seeds and trees.
Other workers, they dug the land because I wasn't sure how to build the beds, and I planted beans, which the seeds are a lot smaller than what we have in Australia, but they put them with ash, and I think that she said it helps to keep them dry and easier to spread, and then just put them in the holes, and we sort of do similar, but our beans are just bigger, that's all. Yeah. So not terribly unlike what we do in Australia, but just the seed's different.
The manner that Julie plants seed and puts soil into the holes is the same as the farmers and students who are studying here. It seems that there is no difference between farmers.
Cô Julie cũng là học giống như người bản địa trong làm ăn của họ cũng áp dụng những bài học như họ có, cũng là con người mình cũng không khác nhau nhiều lắm.
At this time, the sun is shining brightly, but Julie and everyone are still trying to finish planting seed before taking a rest. Right now, a glass of cool water from the stream nearby is good enough to refresh those farmers from many different cultures.
Not so much Thai. We sweat. We sweat a lot more than the Vietnamese people, so we probably enjoy a swim a bit more.
So as a farmer in Australia and this time coming to Vietnam to work as a farmer, what do you think about the job of being a farmer, the very normal work in Vietnam?
We had a wonderful day at VU's farm the other day. We planted a whole terrace, and to turn back at the end of the terrace and look and think that we've all done it together. We were all from different cultures, and we all came together for the one outcome. And the tools he was using were different to our tools, so we actually were educated in different tools, the way they prepare the soil. He used a water buffalo to plough it first. We use a rotary hoe that we've hired from a shop. So every activity, even though they think it's just an everyday thing, it's so different from the way we do it. So even when we're eating afterwards, one of the ladies peeled a pomelo and she hung the skin up, and I said, "Why are you hanging the skin up?" And she said, "Oh, because we burn it to help keep the insects away overnight time. And in Australia, we just throw the pomelo skins under a tree. We don't use them. So there's a vast knowledge here that we don't have because the history here is so long. I think the traditions need to be written down because they get lost." Yeah.
So planting seeds with the indigenous students from different areas in Vietnam and from the adjacent countries around Vietnam. So what do you think about this work
When we first arrived, a lot of them were shy, especially the younger students. And I think through actually getting in and working alongside them, they can see that we're just like them, but we're just from another country. We're farmers, we like to get our hands dirty. And I can't wait for Vu to send me photos in about 6 weeks, hopefully, of what we've actually planted, to see that it's grown here. And it makes you feel like you've actually achieved something.
So after a certain time staying in Hepa, the central part of Vietnam, and when you come back to your country, to Australia, I'm wondering, is there any impression or the good memories about these areas that is left in your mind?
I think just about every day I've got a good memory. It's I would never have thought I'd be, having the privilege of staying in a beautiful, ancient, traditional Thai house. Even just the culture and watching them, how they prepare the food, how they present the food, everything every day is just an eye-opener, and we feel very lucky to be here. It's I recommend it to everybody. Come to Hepa. Yeah, it really is a wonderful experience, and yeah, hopefully I can come back in a couple of years and do it again.
And once again, thank you very much, Julie Starworth, for joining our program today. And we hope that you have such a great memory in this time in Vietnam.
Thank you.
And that's all we have for today's program. And for comment and feedback, don't hesitate to write to us at shangvietnam@vtc.vn. And once again, I'm Van Hiệp. Goodbye for now.